Did you linger? What is this?
No.
Okay, that's bad.
Ex-boyfriend that wanted to kill you. Oh. I guess we'll talk about that later.
Kissed a couple girls. Hello.
Hello.
Grabando.
Hey.
Hello.
I'm a bunhead. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. You guys, I want to change the title of our YouTube channel because it's not just my channel, it's more of our family's channel. So do we change it to Tan, Low, Beastin,
Bunch.
Punch? We need some recommendations. Tan, Low is like our name together.
Yeah, why can't it just be Tan and Low?
So Tan and Low Beastin, Tan and Low Beastin family. Put in your vote below. Today we are doing a very fun video. We got the idea from Derek and Sarah, who did this, and we thought it was so funny and so fun. We are going to be asking each other questions that we've never asked each other before. We went into separate parts of the house, and Tanner's been working on his for days. I did mine in a matter of like 15 minutes, and he was like, I'm still working on mine.
You had questions that fast?
Well,
I was like, I've already talked to you about everything.
Popping them out. Here we go. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
You want to go first? Wow.
So this one's actually based off of their video, which actually made me laugh so hard. Lauren, Low.
Mm-hmm.
When you accidentally slapped my brother's butt, thinking it was me, you were flirting. That was a flirtatious thing. Did you find him attractive in that moment when you flirted with him?
How can that be flirting with him? I would thought it was you.
But it was a flirtatious thing. That's what I'm saying.
To do to you.
To that person that you did it to. Would you
Can
flirt with somebody who you're not attracted to?
Did we get across the point that I thought it was you going up the stairs? My eyes are getting watery. This is what happens when I get embarrassed. As you know, Tanner and Derek look a lot alike. They're about the same height. They have the same length of hair all the time.
I have a better butt.
Well, yeah, I figured that out as soon as I touched it. This is not
Did you linger?
What
is
did
this?
A little. No, I
thought it was this. You said it was this.
It was this. It was this. I was kidding.
Okay.
So Derek is walking up the stairs. We're all at Tanner's family's house for Christmas, so we're all staying there together. He's walking up the stairs. I think it's Tanner, so I go in for the butt. Because he's going up the stairs. That's what us wives do when they're going up the stairs. We do a little
wish
pinch,
it was one of these.
We do a little swipe. We do a little. So I did a little, and immediately as I'm touching the butt, I realized that it's Derek. And Derek's walking up the stairs, and he thought it was his mom. But he was like, immediately he goes, woo! He made like a little noise because he didn't like look back and see that it was me, and then I was like, I'm so sorry, I thought you were Tanner. It was one of those moments.
Mm-hmm. So that's the story.
Anyway.
My question, I guess, was in that split second, did you find the back half of that person attractive?
How can you? Because I thought it was you. Of course, he's an attractive person.
I agree.
But the second it was Derek, I was not attracted to him.
So he's an attractive guy, but you're not attracted to him. Because he's not me.
Yeah, of course. He's a good-looking guy. You guys look alike.
Good.
He's an attractive person.
That's a good answer.
I'm not attracted to him in that way.
Okay, your turn.
Oh, gosh. All right, let's start off with, have you ever thought about past kisses? People that you've kissed in the past.
Have I thought about past kisses?
Not kisses with me.
Have they crossed my mind, is the question.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's the thing. They're memories.
Yeah, but when are you memorying them? When are you pulling them up from your? Can we just shove those and not have them be core memories? Can we have them be lost and forgotten?
They're definitely not core memories.
I want you to remember Bing Bong.
They're like okay. They're like down there with Bing Bong, like evaporating, but they do cross my mind. Not intentionally. It's like when you see something and it's like, whoa, that was a weird memory. Didn't think of that for a while, and then you keep going throughout your day. That's about the extent.
When did you have this last thought?
That I cannot tell you. Not because I don't want to. I just don't know. But
I know that I have for sure been like, oh yeah, I remember that. Haha.
I often think of my very first kiss because it was it was pretty lame. Like,
I guess you always remember
I can
your first.
think of, yeah, that's the answer.
Okay.
All right.
I guess we'll talk about that later.
I was on my mission.
Okay.
You're dating someone else.
Okay.
So the question is, every week I would email a bunch of pictures. Was there a time when I emailed some pictures and you thought, I'm not attracted to that guy?
Oh.
I have a feeling I already know the answer.
That was probably your roughest stage of life. I'm not gonna lie. And here's the thing.
Serving the Lord and I'm just looking like a dummy.
You
People
were
on the streets were
focused
thinking,
on, outward appearance.
That's
And
true.
I think probably a couple of times I was like, doesn't look his best. I think when you had your shaved head and you were so pale and you got a little bit round.
I was having a lot of talk
You were having a lot of talk about every day, you told me. And then you got on the bike and you started losing that and you looked normal again. The combination of everything, I think,
Gotcha.
was what got me.
Fair enough. Okay.
I love
Moving
you, though.
on.
Regardless. Okay. Next cue. When you were in college and I was still in high school. And I was still in love with you and I didn't kiss anybody that year.
Right.
Did you think that we would end up together?
That is an interesting question because yes.
Really? I was kind of really
did.
curious about this because...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is actually a good question. So I got to college. I think what she's referring to is I was like, whoa, college, new girls. I've just been in Lehigh High School. We were dating. I was dating Lauren, and then I got here, and we had talked about like, hey, let's date other people. And I was like, cool. Kissed a couple girls. Lauren did not kiss anybody while I was away in college. She waited till I was on my mission to kiss 6 other people. So I was just like, freshman year, whatever. Going back to the question. Yeah. Did I always think that we would be together?
Did you think
it was
that
like
we were gonna end up together? Did you? Really?
I did. Yeah.
Really?
I think I always knew.
Did you know in high school?
Deep down in high school.
Did you think we were gonna get married?
In high school, I really wanted to marry you, but I was kind of torn between like I was kind of like being convinced by everybody that like high school relationships just don't work, but like whenever I was with Lauren, I was like, this is working. Like, what do you mean? And so I'm like having these like conflicting thoughts, but.
So short answer in high school was no?
I think at my core I always was like, dang, Lauren's the one. But I had other things going on that on this more superficial level were like distracting.
Interesting. Because I like always knew.
Yeah.
Let me get the answer to the question I had was when you were in college, I was still in high school. Did you think we'd end up together?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. Going along with that, when things were really hard, if you haven't watched our story, go watch our story. When things were really hard right after my mission, so I got back and it was like bachelorette.
Okay.
You're trying to decide who you want to marry.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever wish you would have just written me off while I was on my mission, been done with it, and not had to deal with the in-person having to figure it out? Like, did you ever think like, dang, it would have been just so much easier if I would have just said, hey, I'm sorry, I'm dating this other guy, good riddance?
That was never gonna happen.
You never had that thought of like, dang, that would have been easier?
Never thought that.
Would have thought that.
It would have been easier if I didn't meet the other guy.
That's a way good answer. Dang.
That's true.
Read them and leave. Go on.
I'm just saying, like, obviously I'm glad that things happened the way they did. It was all meant to be and happened the way it was supposed to.
Oh man, I hate when it's my turn. Actually kind of like it.
Kind of similar to the last question, but a little different.
Okay.
Try and like remember this time. When we first started dating in high school.
Okay.
How long did you actually think it was going to last? Because at this point, how many girlfriends have you had?
0.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we first started dating, first started hanging out, how long did you actually think it was going to last?
We start liking each other, we start hanging out, we start dating. I'm like, oh, this is never gonna end. But I'm not thinking like, I bet this will last like another year or so. Like, I didn't ever put a timeline on it.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just like, this is great,
Even
this is great.
in the very beginning stages?
I never had a timeline.
Okay.
It just kept getting better and better, and I was like, cool, let's just keep riding this wave.
So you never had a thought in the beginning like, oh, this is just gonna be a week thing.
Oh, never.
Like with all the other girls, it was kind of just like a
Well,
kiss,
so-
kiss and go.
So that was never up to me with any of those girls. So
With the other girls, you would have
So,
just kept going too.
okay, that's bad. But they just all ended so
I was just
abrupt,
the
and
one
it
that
wasn't.
went in the trap.
You're the only one that fell for it.
Interesting. I thought you were gonna have a different answer for that.
What, like 2 days?
Well, I thought you were just gonna be like, I didn't think it was gonna last because of my situation and how I had a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend that wanted to kill you.
Yeah, that was a really weird part. Like, I should have definitely left. Probably a normal person would have been like, yeah, I'm probably gonna just bounce for a little bit. I guess I really liked you. I don't know.
Yeah. So you never thought like this is just gonna be a short thing. That's so
If anything,
crazy.
that like made it feel like it was more permanent. Like, wow, this guy's really pissed. This one is kind of interesting question that I had that I've never asked you. So
Okay.
we got married, and I was convincing you every day to move back to Hawaii.
Okay.
One of the reasons you didn't want to come back is because you had been dating somebody here for a long time, and you had a lot of memories with them here, and you were nervous that being back there would bring all those back up. Granted, it was much more fresh back then. Guess my question is, what are the things / places that I should avoid that bring up those memories?
Okay. First of all, you have to remember that our relationship was all in Utah, and the only core memories I had here were with the other person.
Right,
So that's
yeah.
why I was like, it's such a small place. Like, I'm just gonna be like, that's weird.
Yeah.
But it was a lot easier than I had expected because we really quickly made a lot of
New
different new memories out here together. I would say the only place that just ring-a-dings is probably where he used to live.
Okay.
Those are and we don't ever go there. Like, I don't want to go to that house. Like, it's like if you do want to go to a person that you used to kiss, do you want to go to their house? It's just like, no. But anywhere else, we've like already made so many new memories that I
Yeah,
haven't
like
even
a ton
had
of years
one
worth. I was just more like when we first
when
were
we
like
first
coming
moved
out here. Yeah.
Well, now it's not.
Right.
But in the very beginning,
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
around the golf course,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Nice.
We're just popping in here to remind you to subscribe to our channel
Right now.
and like this video. Okay, back to the video.
Pretty good question.
That was.
Actually
yeah.
wondered about that for a while.
Just wondered.
It's one of those things that I'm like, I don't want to know actually, but now that we're having this
You're
video,
kind
I'm
of
like,
triggers
yeah.
your interest.
It's been long enough, yeah.
Yeah. My turn. I should have come up with more questions because I think you came up with like a lot. Did you ever think my personality was too crazy for you?
Yeah.
What the heck? Already, just off the bat?
I say that because I am, especially in high school, I guess is what I'm more so thinking of, is I was like ultra shy. I only ever had like one friend at a time. I was never good in big settings, and if I went to a setting with a lot of people and there was like people there with like a ton of energy, like star of the show, I kind of like shut down because I'm like, oh, they're taking like any energy that I have and I can't match that, and so I
Sucking
just,
out
yeah, I
energy
just like,
from you. Is that how you felt when I was being outgoing?
no, but at the same time, I loved it because it was something that I didn't have and I was like attracted to it, and so it's like a combination of the both. But too crazy for me, as in like, wow, I'll never be able to hang with that person, no. But did I think you were crazy? Yeah. Freaking psycho.
Was it a turn on or a turn off for
On.
you?
Like that's what like drew me to you right in the beginning, is like you were over being super loud on a table at Sonic, and I was like, who's this crazy girl that's like laughs a lot?
This is crazy girl.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
I've gone through a lot of hobbies. You know, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
I get really invested in one thing. I give it like a solid, like all-out effort.
Mhm.
Spent a lot of things over the years.
Yeah.
What was your least favorite, or one that made you think like, man, I can't wait till he's over this one?
Buying things for the Forerunner.
So that's current.
So I would say, honestly, running. I was really proud of you for the trail running, for like
Yeah.
doing that, because you wanted to like do a half marathon and everything. I don't know. You were gone for a long time. I'm like super clingy. I like to be around you, and when you're gone for like hours just like running. And I feel like you look like so muscular now that you do CrossFit. I would prefer you to be into CrossFit if I were to pick one.
I was thinking that you were gonna say that one. I was thinking you were gonna say that one or dirt biking. Let's just do a couple more.
3 more.
Okay.
Was I your best kiss?
Yeah, like 1,000%.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like better than any other, like in the beginning?
Yes.
I was your best kiss?
Yes. Like, no, it's like 0.
Aww.
Like, yeah.
Even after?
Yeah.
Aww,
Yes.
I'm the best kiss.
Yeah.
Okay. Your turn.
Do you ever wish that I had a job and you got to just stay home and chill and not worry about making money at all? Like, it was just kind of like your classic in the movies, guy goes to work, he's got a good job, you stay home with the kids and whatever, you know what I mean, like the cliche.
I cannot picture that.
I can't either, but I'm just wondering, do you ever think, I'm like jealous of people like that.
Like if
their husband makes all the money and they don't have to
like how much you make it?
Exactly what we're making now.
Okay. I really can't picture. I really like working. I mean, obviously being a mom is the friggin' best, but I also feel like having the
Because I'm not saying that you're not being a mom right now. I'm just like,
Yeah.
obviously, like we wouldn't be doing all the social media stuff if you hadn't been pushing that early on. That happened because of your channel.
Yeah.
Right. And I got a job and I was working and I like quit that job to
I think
fully
I
be with
prefer
you.
it this way. Because like
I
you
think you
being
do,
gone
too.
all day, that would suck. I guess all my things are just like if you leave, I hate it.
I'll go to like a car appointment and be gone for like 4 hours, which is a long time.
No, you'll be gone for like 6.
That's like on average 4. Like, some of them have been even longer, like 6 or even just like full day because you have to drive an hour to get into town since we live so far away.
You've been doing that like
But I just
week.
like think sometimes like so many people's husbands go to work for 8
I
hours and then
know,
come back.
But a lot of people like the space.
Yeah.
Like you like to get your alone time.
I do like my
don't.
space.
I like to always be with you.
Yeah.
Never leave my side. Okay, what attracted you to me first? Was it the way I looked or was it my personality?
Well, if we're going first, then it was your looks because.
So you saw me before you heard me then?
I guess I heard you, but that was not your personality.
That's
That was
true.
just a loud noise. But it was like easy to tell. Like some people, you don't really find out what their personality is like for a long time. Your true colors came out, or like we were married for a while, and then like whatever.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
was
like
just
I
always
saw you,
weird.
and I was like, she's
Oh.
hot. And
Blurp.
and then I was like, it was easy to tell like, oh, she's also like really fun. And
weird.
I was curious how, honestly, this isn't one of my questions, but like, I don't understand what you saw in me
Aw.
because you're
Why
always,
did you say that?
well, just because you're, I mean, it's like, yeah, cute baseball boy, whatever.
Right.
You know, like, I thought I was a cool guy, but I was just
You were.
like, quiet. I didn't talk a lot. I wasn't the life of the party. I was a very like average, right in the middle of the pack.
It's
guy.
interesting too because you're the only one I've ever dated that's been reserved.
Everybody, that's what I'm saying. is
Literally,
everybody
everyone
else is
has
like,
been like,
"Bleh."
but I think like
So
it
I'm,
also like when I was
curious.
in those relationships, there was just something different about being with you, and I think that's one
You
of the
could be
reasons.
the star of the show with me.
Yeah, like for me, I could be the center of attention, and nobody would even look at Tanner.
I'm not competing.
That's not what I'm saying.
Maybe a little bit though.
That's not what I'm saying. It was just like a different dynamic. Yeah, you were just this different type of person that I hadn't been with, and I was like, whoa, that's intriguing.
So I
and
was,
then-
even though I was as normal as I could be, that
Maybe
was
it was
different
even
for you.
maybe it was even a challenge too. I had to really work to crack you open,
Yeah.
like and get the true you out.
Yeah.
It was a challenge that I had to conquer. I conquered him. Just
But
kidding.
does that count as my question?
No.
Okay. What is the coolest thing that I do?
The coolest?
Whatever
How
your
can I pick
whatever
one?
your definition of cool
How
is.
can I pick one? The fact that you can just do things. Like I don't know how to describe what I'm thinking in my head, but when you get up, you're just up, and then you just start doing shit. Like I don't know how to describe this. I'm just picturing you like going around. I'm like, Tanner, could you do this? And you're like, yeah, like I just do it. And then you're like playing with Ozzy, and then you're like burping Stella, and then you're holding Stella this whole video, and then you go over and you make dinner, and then you come back, you do some emails, you do some work, then you go, and you're like, I'm gonna go to the beach, go to the beach, then you're like, I'm gonna do yoga, I do CrossFit every day, boom. like you just do everything. You don't let anything stop you, which sometimes bugs me. But in the end, I'm like, that's really cool that you just like know what you want and then you just do things. Just do it. The second you get up, just go to bed. Just do it.
That is cool.
Yeah. I don't know.
Thanks.
All I could see was a picture of you doing things, and I'm like, how do I describe? What is your favorite memory of us?
Favorite memory? Ooh, man. Like the very, very first thing that comes to my mind, and maybe that's too classic, but is our wedding day. Like I maxed out happiness on that day. You know what I mean? Like bursting at the seams, like, whoa, this is so fun. She's the one. She's like, we're having just like such a good time. No worries. Like the only thing that matters is just us and getting married, and like any little problems or anything, like everything was just out the window.
No idea about.
Yeah, and it was just naive and just like, yes, let's go.
That was such fun.
Yeah,
Why did it
and I'm
feel
talking
like
about
fun?
the day. The night was great too, but I'm
Oh.
talking about.
It was all because of that.
No, I'm like talking about like the day of getting married, just like as a whole, and so that's like the first thing that comes to my mind. But that was freaking amazing. Maybe I'll give you a top 3.
Okay. Our wedding day felt like it was 5 minutes long when I think back
It was
to it. 5
so
minutes.
fast, a blink, and I think that's
And
a sign of like how
done,
fun
we were
it
like,
was.
wait, no, we
Yeah.
wanted to keep going. Like it was so freaking fun.
Because that's always like the most fun things. Is just like, what, it's over already? Because you just wanted to keep wanted to extend that day.
Totally.
Our honeymoon was
Oh my gosh, so fun.
freaking fun. Surfing and just like experiencing, like we hadn't traveled together by ourselves. That was like the first time like traveling to it was a new country, and
I got to
like,
watch you speak Spanish. That was fun.
yeah, like that was so freaking fun. Third, I'm gonna go with, sorry Stella, but I'm gonna go with when we found out that we were pregnant with Ozzy. That was like another day that was like a blink and like
What a
whoa,
weird
and like
day.
it was just like a completely new chapter. Had just like the very first page, it was like the opening of a new chapter, and it was like, this is crazy, and I'm just so happy that it's happening with you. And okay,
Oh, yeah,
should we
yours.
make this our last one?
Well, you go and then I have one.
What are some things that your previous boyfriends did that I don't do that you wish I did?
Whoa.
Stole that question, but pretty good.
I don't know if there's anything. Let me think. I can't think of anything, but I want to think of something, you know. A couple of my ex-boyfriends were really elaborate gift givers. Not gift givers, but experience givers. Okay, no. Wrong word. Like, gift givers in the way that they were very, like, that was the way they would show love, I guess. Tanner doesn't really have that.
Lauren really liked being like surprised.
Yeah, I like to be surprised. You started doing some things like that in
Yeah,
the
like,
beginning of our...
I made you breakfast in bed one time.
Yeah, and you did a crazy Valentine's Day.
Better than any of your ex-boyfriends, if you ask me.
Totally. Okay, my last question. Are you ready? Is marriage better or worse than you thought it would be?
Better.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't know why so many people like tell you this
I'm sorry.
when you're young, like you're in high school and they're like, or you're like about to get married, and like random people, even like people you meet at like the bank or whatever, like I'm getting married, they're like, soak it up last few days, eh? And I'm like, oh, like, all right.
Is it gonna be bad?
Yeah, like, is it easier or harder? Harder.
Harder than you thought it was going to be?
Harder than I thought it was going to be, better than I thought it was going to be.
Huh.
Harder in
I
the
would
sense
say
that
easier, probably.
you have to like really grow up and like figure out how to work with somebody, whereas before, I don't know, you're like, I can figure myself out. Like when you're just taking care of yourself and you're just like working alone before you get married, it's like you don't have to really work. I mean, you should work on yourself. You don't really have to work on yourself to be better for somebody else and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're married, it's like this whole other dynamic, because it brings out these like conversations of like, I like this and I don't like this and whatever, and there's things that you have to work on and work through and change, and you make mistakes and you get better, and it's like marriage is like, because it is a challenging thing, it's not a breeze, it makes it like so much more rewarding. It's the most rewarding, best thing ever. I guess I just didn't have any idea. It wasn't like that I was like, marriage is easy, I just like didn't know. The reward significantly outweighs any like hardships and trials that we've been through, and if anything, those have just made us better people. Is it better or worse than I thought? Way better.
It's better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Like the second we got married, I was like, why didn't we do this earlier?
Yeah.
Like I thought we should have done this.
Especially like after being engaged, because being engaged.
Being engaged was the worst.
Like, why do you even have to be engaged?
Just get married the second you think.
Yeah.
The second you think that it's gonna happen, just get married.
Especially like compared to dating and being engaged, especially.
Dating was fun.
Dating was really fun, but it's just more fun now.
Do you ever wish we could go back to those very beginning stage when you just have the butterflies constantly when you're with the other person?
Yeah.
Do you ever wish that we could go back to like that?
I don't wish it permanently, but I wish we could like revisit. Like, if you could like bounce back and just be like, oh man, this is so freaking fun.
Something that I actually do is sometimes when I'm mad at you and I'm like, you've done something that really bugs me, I'll like.
Which hardly happens.
I'll think back to when I would get those crazy butterflies, like whenever I would even like get a glimpse of you, and it brings back the butterflies in my stomach, and it reminds me how much I love you, and then I forget why I'm mad at you.
Yeah. Lauren wrote me this long letter for our anniversary, and it was basically that, like, just like talking about a bunch of like early on memories that we had, and then throughout our marriage, and like what we did each year. And I was just like, it made me really think back. And you know, we talked about like having to do date nights now because like we really haven't gotten to have moments like that because of how busy we've been with kids, and then having another one, and it's just like most of your conversation is just like, Ozzy, stop, Ozzy, don't touch this, oh, can you pick up Stella, like da, da, da. And then we're so tired and we go to bed, and then it repeats and repeats and repeats. And so to read those things and just go back and experience those really like was just like, wake up, like, dude, you have like the most amazing girl in the world living in your house. This isn't just like your roommate that helps you take care of kids. This is your wife that you love, and she's awesome. And like remembering those was just so, I mean, not that I had forgotten, but like reading about them and all at once. And
It gives you butterflies. And
yeah, and it makes me be like, yeah, I freaking love this girl.
oh, I love you too, sir.
I love you. I'll give you a kiss. Kiss. Oh.
So that's us.
Yeah,
That's
let's
us
call it.
and our-
We have a
our
red
questions.
flashing battery. So
Yeah, so we gotta go. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. Subscribe to our channel. We are coming out with videos every week, usually. We hope you like this video. We love you guys. Don't forget to help us pick a new channel name.
please.
Please, so that we can change that for the next video.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. What?
Please subscribe.